The land of the Seven Sisters has been rocked by severe protests. I'm talking about Assam and most of the northeast India, which is up in arms against the Citizenship Amendment Bill that has now become an act. Back in New Delhi and on most television channels, there has been a ratcheting up of the rhetoric. But rhetoric can never undo suspicion. Uninformed television debates are only leading to a more disillusioned public. The loudest of voices are doing little to allay fears. There needs to be a discourse. What's happening right now needs answers, not a hypnotic dose of opinions. Is the centre missing a beat? Should the government have taken the Northeast into confidence before doing this? And are India's opposition parties fanning the flames of this unrest? We'll try answering some of these questions tonight. I want to start with the most pertinent one. Why exactly is the Northeast angry? The answer is there is fear, an apprehension that this bill, this act, will lead to lakhs of Hindus from Bangladesh swamping indigenous communities in northeast India. There's a fear of these migrants burdening resources and threatening their language, culture and tradition. The Citizenship Amendment Bill may have a 2014 cutoff date, but protesters say that Assam has already borne the brunt of immigrants for more than 20 years, between 1951 to 1971. They say it's unfair to impose more on their state. Which brings us to the second question. What is the Assam Accord that they're all talking about? It was signed in 1985 between the Union government and the All Assam Students Union. This ended a 6-year-long agitation demanding the expulsion of illegal immigrants from Bangladesh. I want to throw some light, particularly on Clause 6 of this accord. It talks about constitutional safeguards to preserve the identity of the Assamese people. This clause set the date of detection and deportation of foreigners to 1971. For some other states, it was 1951. With the passage of the Citizenship Amendment Bill, this date has been extended to 2014, meaning that people who came till 2014 will be eligible now for citizenship. The people of Assam say that this is unconstitutional and invalid. Question number 3. What is the situation on the ground? I want to start with these images from Guwahati. The city has become the epicenter of protests that have brought Assam to a standstill. Agitators have descended on the streets of Assam, defying curfews. 26 Indian Army columns have been deployed in the state to support the police force. 9 districts have been put under indefinite curfew. Internet services have also been shut down in these districts for 48 hours. Train services have been suspended. Flights to Guwahati have been cancelled. There's a spontaneous participation of students. Student protesters have destroyed public properties. From Assam to Tripura, this state has also this state has a BJP-led government. The people here are wary of any legislation which will provide legitimacy to migrants. The suspension of transport services has stranded many in the state. There is already limited connectivity here. The bill and these events surrounding it have had a diplomatic fallout as well. The United States, France, Israel and the UK have issued travel advisories for Assam. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has postponed his visit to India. The announcement was made by the Ministry of External Affairs earlier today. Bangladesh's Foreign Minister also cancelled his visit to Guwahati. So has Bangladesh's Home Minister, who will no longer be visiting New Delhi. The MEA, of course, says do not link the two events, the cancellation of the visit and the clearance of this bill. Meanwhile, a strong statement from the US State Department has urged the Indian government to quote-unquote protect the rights of its religious minorities. The UN too has spoken, urging India to ensure that there is fairness in treatment of all minorities, all religions. Getting back to the protests now, what's common between all these states? A distrust factor, which the centre may not be doing enough to acknowledge. There's a demand to exempt the Northeast from the purview of the Citizenship Act. They are raising questions. Where will those who fail the NRC scrutiny go? The opposition is opposing this bill largely on the exclusion of Muslim immigrants, but the protesters want none of them. Not Hindus, not Muslims, not any religion, as long as they are illegal immigrants, they say. For the government, this could have been an avoidable controversy. Identifying religious minorities in black and white may not be the answer, though.